my friends, how all are you? Lasos Kretopoulos here, the admin of the Greek group on Facebook, Power Rangers / Super Sentai GR. And today we have a special guest. Believe it or not, it's real. The real Zordon is here from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Mr. David Fielding. Hello, Mr. David. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. It's really a pleasure, honor to meet you also, to have you here with us on our Greek group, your company, to join us. I don't know what else to say.
I'm very honored to be here. It's amazing that we can do this phone call. Like this is like the first person I've actually talked to in Greece. So for me, it's very cool.
You mean you right now you give an interview for first time in the whole Greece?
In the country of Greece, yes.
Oh, yes. Awesome! That's really an honor. Really, oh, that's nice. Really nice. So, as I remember, you're from America, from the city. Remind me, please, the city.
Currently, I live in Paris, Texas.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot that. Sorry. Yeah, and tell us a few things before we start the questions from the fans. Sure. About your life after all these years as a famous Zordon. What are you doing now? And
currently I'm a writer, and I have some books out that people can find on Amazon.com. If they search for me on Amazon.com, they can find my books there. And that's currently what I'm kind of doing and pursuing is a career as a writer.
Nice, nice. But if someone wants to find your books on Amazon.com, what he should type on the search?
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch the last part of that.
If someone wants to find your books on the Amazon.com, on the search of the site, what he should type to find more easily your books?
Some superhero stories. I've written some paranormal or like a ghost story. And one of the anthologies that I have a story in was having to do with werewolves. So I write a whole gamut of science fiction or speculative fiction.
Nice, awesome, awesome. Actually, before we start the questions, I have to tell you, you have greetings from some friend of yours.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, actually, yesterday I had an interview from Sabrina Lou, the one who played Scorpina on season 2 Mighty Morphin.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, she told me to tell you greetings from here.
Well, hi.
Okay. I hope you have a lot of free time from now on, because we have a lot of questions, and actually I have, believe it or not, I have 30 questions for you, my friend.
Okay.
Okay, shall we start?
Sure.
Okay. So, the first questions from Kostas Kotsis, which is from Greece, from the city Corinth where I live. Kostas is asking, how do you feel on the series that he was the leader of all the Rangers?
I thought that it was a great responsibility that I had to make sure that the character came across as someone who was a leader they could turn to for help, but also allowed them to build their own abilities and strengths in order to get themselves out of situations, rather than just sort of rest time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was one of the great things about the character. He wasn't somebody. He was a guide. He wasn't somebody who said, "Here, this is what you need to do in order to win." I mean, he allowed the Rangers to use their own powers and their own minds in order to solve the situations, rather than solve it for them.
Nice, nice. Actually, another question from Greece, also from the island Rhodos. Romina is asking, have you ever came to Greece for holidays?
I would love to come to Greece. I have not been there before, but I would love to. I have 2 college degrees in acting, and of course theater and started in Greece. So I would agree to see drama was to visit all of the thing would be fantastic.
And of course, if you came to Greece, you will come to court to visit me.
Yes, of course.
Okay, let's continue with the questions from the fans from Greece. We're going now to a Greek forum, which is called www.prig.forumgreek.com. And we have this Greek forum is for the fans of Power Rangers, and here we are. From the same island Rhodos of Greece, his name is Harris, and he have a couple of questions. He said, how did you feel when you played in the first season of the Power Rangers?
Could you repeat that?
Yeah. Harris said, how did you feel when you play in the first season of the Power Rangers?
It was a lot of fun. They only filmed me one time for one day, and just reused that footage over and over. So it was kind of disappointing in that way that I felt like, you know, had a much more dynamic character if they'd filmed me more often. But from a cost perspective, for how much it cost to make every episode, it was very smart of them to only film me one time. From an actor's point of view, it kind of sucked, but it was a lot of fun to go into the recording studio and do voices for the episode. So a lot of fun.
Nice, very nice. The same person says, today, after all these years, when you walk on the streets and people saw you, did they stop you and say, "Oh, Zordon from Power Rangers"?
Nobody recognizes me. No, nobody knows who I am.
Oh, too bad.
No. Yeah, I can walk down the street and nobody knows who I am.
Okay.
So.
The same person again. He says, the Power Rangers series helped you to your career after those series.
Not really. I mean, it was kind of a very nice little bit of trivia for me. I mean, I left Los Angeles in the fall of 1993, just after the series started to go onto the air, and moved back to the East Coast, and made a living as an actor and a voiceover artist, and video games for a while. But I wouldn't say that it actually helped my career. It's a nice little thing to be a part of. But in the last couple of years, it's really started to pick up, and people are very excited to see me come back into the Power Rangers fold. So it's very exciting.
Nice. Now. And the last question from the same person is, do you know from the start, from the beginning, that you're going to play until Power Rangers in Space?
No, I didn't. The scripts and stuff that I read for the character were given to me on like a weekly basis. So I didn't know at that time. I don't think they realized that the show was going to last as many seasons as it did. I think the first season was only supposed to be like 30 or 40 episodes long, but because it became so popular so quickly, they actually filmed like an episode, which is why. Gosh, I think the episodes for the first season. So I think it kind of took them by saying, and that's well. It's done so well. But I don't think at the beginning they knew that the character was going to last that long. No.
Okay. Another person from Greece, from the island Samos, George. He said, "What do you think you were the mentor of the Rangers?"
What did I think? What?
That you were the mentor of the Rangers.
I don't know.
I think he means. I think he means how much did you like it? That you was the mentor of the Rangers.
I liked it. I mean, when I was first told about the character, I understood that he was supposed to be this professor where he would bring them together and give them their powers and that sort of thing. So it was very exciting to be told that you were like the superhero team. I mean, I was at the time I was very excited to be on the same network that had the X-Men cartoon because I really enjoyed the X-Men growing up. So to be a part of a TV show that has superheroes on it, I thought that was awesome.
Nice. And another question from the same person, George. He said, "What was your favorite season, and what was your favorite Ranger?"
Obviously, my favorite season is always going to be the first one because that's when it had all of the charm and the fun, and had all those crazy, wacky monsters. My is always going to be my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Favorite Ranger. Personally, my favorite Ranger was always Bill Ranger.
The Blue Ranger.
Identified with that as
that type of person. I was a
computer geek, and I liked technology and all that kind of stuff. So Billy was always my favorite Ranger.
Nice. Very nice. Another person from Greece also, from the island Mykonos. His name is Jimmy. He said, "Do you believe Zordon should stay in Power Rangers longer than in the season in space?"
Do I think that he should stay?
Much longer.
I'm not sure about that.
I think what the writers and the producers did, they
did a really
nice thing with in handling how they came off the show. You know, his sacrifice and everything. I think was handled really well. So I'm not sure
keeping him
on would have. That's what he's.
Nice. His second question is: the writers had decided that Zordon will be killed, or something else was the reason.
I think at that point they had reached everything that they could have done with the character, and I forward and tell different types of stories. So I think from the standpoint they were thinking that if they didn't. And because they were limited by the footage, if you look at the character, he really didn't just his
look. I mean, it was just his face,
head, and so there wasn't a whole
motivation
him
showing him
all the time. I mean, so from effort to move the show forward, I think it was the right decision to take the character off the show. That's just my opinion.
Okay. Have you seen the Japanese series, the Curious Sentai Jorenja, which is in the American series is Mighty Morphin?
Right. That's the one with Barza, right? The old wizard.
And
yeah. I've seen a couple of those. Yeah.
What do you think of the Barza?
I think it fits with the Zoo Ranger stuff. I don't think that the American audience would have taken to that type of character. Personally, from an acting standpoint, I think it would have been interesting if they'd been able to get Zordon out of the tube and brought him in to what had happened. But
as far as
if they wanted to match Zordon and have more of a physical being, I'm not sure if that would have enhanced the show at all.
No.
But that's
okay. Okay. Tell me another question from the same person. What was your favorite moment in the Power Rangers as Zordon?
My absolute favorite moment is after episode 1. On the pilot episode, when the Rangers are all standing there, and I get to congratulate them on coming together as a team and telling them that they are
Power Rangers. I think that to me that's a very iconic moment
and one that sticks with everybody. So I think that's my.
Nice, very nice. What is your opinion about the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie you were part of?
News?
Yeah.
He wasn't
actually wasn't
in that movie. They contacted me when
make the movie when it was going to be
filmed out in Los Angeles, but
they made the decision to go to Australia to film. They hired
a different actor, so that was Nicholas Bell.
They didn't actually use me in the movie.
Excuse me. You said they filmed the movie in Australia.
Correct.
Really?
Yep.
Yep.
It was
filmed in
Australia and New Zealand, I believe.
I didn't know that. I didn't know. I never did. Whoa, nice. Wow, cool. Really, I didn't know that. Anyway, hold on. Yeah, another question of Jimmy's is: are you excited about the new Power Ranger movie? I think.
Oh yeah. I'm very.
I'm
I'm excited to see what they do with it. I hope they keep some of the the humor and the playfulness, but
we'll see. I mean, I don't know if they're gonna go
work with it, kind of like
what they did
with the
or
not, but
we'll see.
Nice. After Power Rangers in Space, have you were watching the other series?
Actually, I haven't.
I did catch
a couple of episodes of Air Force and
seen
some of the scenes
from the Legendary
and
all that stuff. I actually haven't kept up with it. I've been
busy trying to pursue my other things, but
because you're a part of the Power Rangers, things creep in. People will send. And by things I mean they'll send me video clips or whatever. This is what's happening. And, I think it's a lot of fun. I mean,
obviously
the have increased from the first season. So I think Super Megaforce looked awesome.
Mm-hmm. But I'm sure that some fans from they're not so much happy from Saban. Because they released on YouTube some cut skins from the last episode of the Legendary War that was very awesome moments. I don't know if you have seen them, and I have talked with many persons and they're not so happy with Saban what he did, because I mean he cut some skins that he didn't have to do it, if you understand what I mean. Anyway, and two last questions from the same person. How did Zordon ended up on Earth?
How did Zordon
on Earth? How he came on Earth, Zordon?
Understand that according to the backstory,
were involved in a very long war.
I think the war
lasted 10,000 years, something like that. And Rita had actually set up a trap for Zordon, trap him in this interdimensional time warp.
But Zordon had set up defenses
for himself, so that if that happened, it would also backfire and trap Dumpster. And so I think during this war,
at the time,
Rita's plan
put into place, it trapped
Zordon on Earth in that dimensional tube and Dumpster. So I think that's how he.
Nice. Okay, and the last question from the same person. Who is your favorite villain on Power Rangers?
Who's my
favorite villain?
Goldar is always
my favorite. Because monkey,
this big giant monkey
with wings. I think that's awesome.
And also
one of my other favorite villains is Pineapples, the clown. Because he was like one of the few, or possibly the only human villain that the Power Rangers fought.
Mm-hmm.
So Goldar and Pineapple's the clown.
Nice, very nice. Okay, let's continue. Paul, I hope to say the name correct. Paul Edgar Davis asked, What would you require in script for you to return to Power Rangers as Zordon, knowing how Zordon was removed from the show?
If I had a way to bring Zordon back, how would I do it? Is that basically the question? I think it would be very interesting to find out, if they have any plans for that. I mean, because we're all beings of energy, energy never really dies. So the Z wave that was created when Zordon was destroyed, obviously is still out there, and the Power Rangers. It would be interesting to see if they actually went and see if they could find Zordon for some reason. If
Yeah.
he might have some knowledge that they might need, something that Gosei, I think that's the guy who's in charge of the Megaforce. If he has a clue about where Zordon's spirit or Zordon's energy might be, it would be interesting to see if they could find that and bring Zordon back.
And actually, from the first episode of Megaforce, Gosei says that Zordon is his mentor.
Yep. Yep.
And second question from the same person says, would you return to Power Rangers in any role if you have the chance in filming a location too far away?
Oh yeah, I'd love to do that. I think it's always very fun for the fans to see familiar faces and people come back. So yeah, I would be very happy to do that.
Nice, very nice. JJ Phillips asked, how did you feel when they told you that they will take you on the show as Zordon?
You cut out there. I didn't hear that.
Sorry. Sometimes I speak very quickly. I'm so sorry.
Oh no.
JJ Phillips asked, how did you feel when they told you Zordon was being taken off the show?
Well, I wasn't actually a part of the show at the time, so I found out about it after it already happened. But going back and watching the episodes, watching the had to go through in order to actually finally do what Zordon did, I think they handled it really well. So I was very happy with how they handled that whole situation.
Okay, and the same person again says, would you come back to the series as Zordon if you could, or as a different and new person?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I would love to do that. Yeah.
Okay. Jeffrey Allen Bennett, I hope I said the name correct. He said, if you got asked to come back for the series as a villain, will you do it?
Yeah, of course. Playing a villain is always more fun because they chew up the scenery more and you can do a lot with that. So and that's where my writer's mind starts to churn and think about stories. It's like if they did bring Zordon back, would it be the same Zordon, or would there be a chance for Zordon to turn to the dark side, so to speak? And how would the Rangers handle that if Zordon did go bad?
Black Zordon.
Exactly.
Okay, let's continue. Robert Matthew Fish. If there was a loophole to bring back Zordon by using the energy he placed into the Green Ranger coin, would you reprise your role?
Of course, yes.
Kem Lam says that he would love to see you reprise as Zordon in the movie. Chris K. Morales, will you come back for the new series Power Rangers Dino Charge as either the mentor or as a Ranger?
Yeah, I would love to. I do think that they're filming that right now, so I haven't been contacted. Nobody said anything to me about reprising the character or anything like that. And because they do base these Americanized versions on the Japanese versions, I don't know if there was anything in the Japanese storyline that calls back to that character or anything like that. But you never know. I mean, who knows what will happen? But I mean, it would be, like I said, for the fans, I think it would be a huge, fun thing to see these characters from the old series come back at some point.
Nice. And actually, the new season Dino Charge, they will be released it on Nickelodeon on February 2015.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's continue. Adam Kunos ask, what is something you have taken with you being the voice of Zordon?
What is something that I've taken with me?
Yeah.
I guess it's this really interesting being a part of pop culture, being that my face is on toys and is on posters and that sort of thing. I think it's very it's a lot of fun and kind of amazing to be a part of this big family thing. I think that's a lot of fun.
Okay, very nice. Randy Young from Buffalo, he said, looking back on it 20 years later, what do you think made the Power Rangers so much success until today?
I think it really comes down to the positive message that the show puts forth, which is standing up for your friends, standing up for yourself, and just confronting, inequality or standing up to bullies. I think that's the most important thing about the show, is that the show teaches those who feel powerless that together with their friends they can overcome anything. And I think that's really something to be very proud of.
Nice, very nice. Ponce J. Woods, Wordslow, says you are really serious awesome. Thomas Villanueva, I think I said his name correct. He's from Mansfield in Texas. Would you say that Andros destroying the chamber, your character, was held during Power Rangers in Space, actually fit your character from the time warp? He was trapped by Rita Repulsa, as opposed to destroying your character.
Well, as I wasn't a writer on the show or knowing that, I mean, all that backstory is really sort of a question for the writers of the show. I got a chance to meet Christopher Kamen Lee out at Power Morphicon this year, who played Andros, and it was very nice to hear him apologize. I'm sorry I killed you, and I'm like, no, it was for the greater good. So I mean, as far as the reasons behind it, I think that would be a question for the writers of the show.
Okay, from Williamsport, PA, Christopher Greener, I think it says here, if you have the chance to come back in a series, you will come back as a full-bodied character or as you were before?
Well, from an acting standpoint, I would hope that they would bring him out of the tube, but I mean, I would understand if they would want to present him as the way that everybody remembers Zordon, which is just a floating head. So either way, it would be very fun and exciting to reprise the role. So yeah.
Nice. Patrick N. Safer from Youngsville, Pennsylvania. Who was your personal favorite actor who played as a ranger? I think you answered that before to another fan.
Right. I think all of the actors that play the Rangers do a really good job. And
your personal favorite?
Who is my personal favorite?
Yeah.
I didn't really get to meet the original Rangers that much. We met twice. I met them at the audition, and then I met them the day that we filmed. And then because they were on set and I was just in the recording studio, I didn't get to meet all of them that much. I didn't get to meet Tweet Trang, unfortunately, and I never met Jason David Frank, unfortunately. But the other ones I met, and you know, we got along really well. And this past year, I've gotten to know Karen Ashley very well, and she's such a great person. I love her to death. Catherine Sutherland is another one that I've spent some time with, and has been very nice and awesome. And of course, Austin St. John, Walter Jones, David Yost, all those guys are fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, here we are. Connor Orm from Rhode Island. He said, if give the option and you were revived but had a body and everything, would you ranger up, or would you stay as a mentor and find using your own powers?
Again, that would be something fun and exciting to explore. You know, whatever the writers would choose to do. I mean, I think it would be an awful lot of fun, not only for myself but for the fans to see the character come back. I don't necessarily think that I look good on camera, so I would have to get over how that looks. But I mean. You know, whatever they would want to do, I think it would be a lot of fun to explore.
Okay, Andrew Berbur says, who was your favorite student, Tommy or Jason?
Gosh, that's a big question, right?
I think difficult.
Because I know that there's a huge fan following for Jason, and there's you know a big one for Austin too. I mean, so I don't really think I can make that choice. I'm gonna say I like them both equally. So.
50-50.
50-50, yeah.
Nice. Okay, and finally the last question from Mark Mayer. When you play Zordon, did you have to change your face expressions of playing the role of Zordon?
Yeah. When they filmed me, I sat in the chair in front of the green screen for like 4 hours. And we did the lines and we did the takes over and over a number of times, and they also asked me to do a lot of different facial expressions, which is what happens, you know, when I think it's later in season 1 or season 2 when you had 99 bottles of slime on the wall or whatever. So they had this sort of drunken. They had me do a lot of different facial expressions or whatever. So they had some things to play with, but unfortunately they only filmed me that one day, so they couldn't do much with it after that.
Yeah, actually I have seen on Google.com. I find a photo from behind the skins of the show that you was painted all here with green color and around your face.
Yep. They shaved all my hair off and glued my ears back and put makeup on my eyebrows, and they slathered me with some green latex paint, and I sat in the chair. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Mr. David, the questions are over. We have finished. I hope the fans have enjoyed enough. I hope they have completed the. I hope that the questions have complete to get their answers 100%. I don't know what else to say. If you have say something in Zordon's voice.
Sure.
Join with me, the Greek group on Facebook, Power Rangers Super Sentai GR, and may the power protect you always.
Awesome, really awesome. Okay, I don't know how much to thank you. Something important that the fans, I'm sure we want to know. If someone wants to take an autograph from you, how you will contact with you?
They can contact me on Facebook. I do have a PayPal account where they could send money for an autograph or something like that. But they can contact me either on my Zordon fan page or in a Facebook message.
Nice. Can you tell the fans how much You sell your autographs with shipping in the USA and out internationally, out of the USA.
The autographs are $20.
On YouTube soon with the title interview from with David Fielding / Zordon. And also you will hear the interview from the Greek radio show Go Power Rangers from Enjoy Radio. To join the Enjoy Radio, you can go to the site ekorithos.gr and also download the tuning by typing Enjoy Radio Greece. And every Wednesday, 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock afternoon in Greek time, you can join the radio show. So, my dear friend David, thanks again. May the power protect us all over the world. Have a nice day, have a nice week, have a nice month, and Christmas that they're coming up.
Yes, very nice.
And it will be again honor and pleasure to see you again in the future.
I hope so too.
Thank you very much, and bye bye. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Bye bye.